So I'm doing a little video here. I did one on my GoPro, so I don't know which one I'm going to use, but this one's on my phone. This shows my kiln. My kiln is 9 feet tall and 4 feet wide and 12 feet long. I thought it was only going to be 8 feet tall, but it turns out I bought 9-foot panels, so I made it 9 feet tall. It did not come with corners, so I built these 2x4 corners, and these things here, there's a stud that runs up and down these, so I could screw these together with screws to make the corners. And I did the same with the top. So there's 3 panels long, 1 panel deep. This is the controls. So this is a temp controller, and when I plug it in, this allows me to set the temperature that it gets in there. And I have 2 chicken coop heat lamps in there that will heat this up. The dehumidifier will probably do a good enough job, but then when I want to do the sterilization, I can turn those on. The dehumidifier drops into this bucket here, and that way I can monitor how much water's coming out. And I will build a little doghouse for this because, as you can see, that's the north, and that is what is going to be coming when winter comes. It's going to come straight across that valley right into here. So I'll build a little doghouse. I got some pink insulation foam that I can put over around it to keep it kind of warm. I don't think it'll freeze then once I do that. It might, but I don't know. I'm also going to build a little birdhouse over this to kind of protect it from the elements. I'm going to fill this with spray foam, but I'm probably only going to do just a little bit of spray foam on the first run or two, and a little grommet so I keep this cord from, I know that. But I'm only going to put a little spray foam in it for the first run or two, just so that if I need to change something out, I don't have to dig that whole thing out. Here is my doors. So I have one single door, and then I have this double door, which is a bifold door, which I built. And then here's the inside of the kiln. So I have these straps, the eyelets on the oak and locust runners here. And you can stack wood in between that eyelet and this eyelet, and 32 inches in between there and there. And I've got 6 inches here and 6 inches back there for air to flow down, go through, and come back up. And actually, it comes down this way, goes that way, and goes back up. Just a Harbor Freight tarp for my baffle for now. This is kind of a proof of concept. I want to make sure this all works. If it does work, I might build a door that drops down type of baffle. These are just a couple of box fans from the house. Cheap box fans. When I drop the lid on here, the panels that go on the roof, they are only as wide as from this wall to that wall. So I built this ledger for them to sit on, just so that there's a little bit more weight for it to sit on there. This 2x4 here, or 2x6, whatever it is, basically helps seal the door, any gap that was in the doors or anything, that helps seal that. I've also got the same thing down here on the bottom, so that helps seal the bottom. And then we can look back behind here. You can see I've got the 2 chicken coop heat lamps there, and then off in that corner is my dehumidifier, and it runs into that little, you can kind of see that little plastic tube, and then that plastic tube runs into that pipe, and it runs out the bottom. And I caulked as many seams as I could find. I did miss a couple, and I'll seal them up. I have the govies. I have one govie there, and then I have another govie right there, which is right next to the dehumidifier, right next to that hole too. But there's another govie right there. So that will help me to monitor the temperature in here and the humidity. It does temperature and humidity. So that will help me monitor that, so I can keep an eye on that and make sure that everything's like it's supposed to be. I put those hooks up there to put everything up while I'm stacking lumber, and then I can pull each of those straps off there, strap the whole load down, and drop that baffle, weight it down with a 2x4 or 2x6 or whatever on top, and I think we should be good to go. So I'm anxious to get to cutting some lumber and try this bad boy out. I just rolled a walnut log on there tonight, so that should be the first log that I cut and put in this new kiln. Thanks for watching.